Ever wonder what really happens when you price your home too high here in Huntsville? A lot of sellers think we can always come down later, but in today's market, that strategy usually costs you in time, money, and negotiating power. I'm Steve Stinson, realtor and broker associate for over 20 years with Keller Williams Realty right here in Huntsville, Alabama. I've helped more than 500 families sell across Madison County, and I've seen this play out too many times to count. So today, let's talk about what actually happens when you price too high and what to do instead. Here's what we're covering: why your best buyers never even see the home, how an overpriced listing goes stale faster than you think, and why you usually end up selling for less than if you'd started at the right number from day one. Let's start with the first one. You lose your best buyers immediately. When a home hits the market in Huntsville, the first 10 to 14 days are critical. That's when you get the most attention, the most showings, and the most serious buyers. If your home's priced too high, those buyers never even walk through the door. They're shopping by budget, and your listing doesn't make the cut. Say the fair market value for your home is about $425,000, but you list at $450,000 just to leave room to negotiate. The reality is you've priced yourself out of every buyer searching under $450,000. And in most neighborhoods around Huntsville and Madison, that's a huge share of the market. Online, that's even worse. On Zillow, Realtor.com, and Redfin, buyers filter by price ranges. If your number doesn't match their bracket, they'll never even see it. You're invisible to your ideal audience before your sign even goes in the yard. Now, here's the second problem. Your listing starts to look stale. In a balanced market, a home in Huntsville should attract steady traffic in the first few weeks. When it doesn't, buyers notice. They start asking their agents, what's wrong with it? Maybe nothing's wrong except the price. But perception becomes reality fast. You drop the price once, then again. Every reduction sends a signal that you're either getting desperate or that the home has hidden issues. Meanwhile, your listing history is public. Every buyer can see those price cuts. That hurts your leverage when the right buyer finally shows up. I've seen sellers chase the market down, dropping $10,000 here and $15,000 there, only to end up below the original number they could have sold for if they'd priced correctly from day one. And that brings us to the third and biggest consequence: you'll likely net less at closing. Let's say two similar homes hit the market. One is priced right at $425,000 and sells in 20 days. The other starts at $450,000, sits for 2 months, drops twice, and finally sells for $415,000. Same neighborhood, same condition. But the overpriced one ends up with less money and more stress. That's not bad luck. That's buyer psychology and market math. Buyers don't reward a home for sitting. They pay top dollar for homes that feel competitive, the ones other buyers also want. And this isn't just theory. Right now in the Huntsville area, the average sale to list ratio is about 98%. That means most homes already sell a bit under asking. When you start high, that gap widens even more. Instead of selling quickly and strong, you end up negotiating from the back foot. So what's the better play? Price smart, right at or just slightly below market value to create competition. In today's market, that's how you get multiple offers and sometimes push the price up, not down. It's counterintuitive, but it works. When I sit down with sellers here in Madison County, we don't guess. We look at recent comps, study buyer demand, and find the number that positions your home as the best value on the block. That's how we keep control, not by starting too high, but by pricing right from the start. So if you're planning to sell in Huntsville, Alabama, don't fall into the "we can always lower it later" trap. That strategy worked 10 years ago, not today. The market moves too fast and buyers have too much data. If you want to get it right, let's talk through your pricing strategy before you list. I'll show you exactly where your home stands in the current market and how to position it to sell faster, for more, and with less stress. I'm Steve Stinson, your local listing expert here in Huntsville. Schedule a strategy call today and drop your questions in the comments. I'll personally respond and help you get your home priced right from the start. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.